Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of DX News. We're getting closer and closer to the day where we finally review the next stage in the platform evolution of DX. We're very happy that you decided to come back and visit us, so please stay tuned for the show. So let's start off with our good old buddy Alex Mashinsky. What's the latest he did? Well, he resigned, finally. I mean, it was expected though. But it does kind of feel like the captain abandoning the ship as it's sinking. So it's kind of like a bittersweet, I think. So we have talked about this guy multiple times and how he hates banks because they can screw you over. Although that's exactly what his company did to many of his holders, or all of his holders basically. So he openly states that he hates banks, but also shows how incompetent he is because he designed an operation that kind of works like a bank in the sense that they can screw you over like one, but they can't protect you like one. So you have the negatives of the entity you're hating, but none of the potential positives. Good job. And good, even better job to your investors, dude. So typically, like we've explained before, with a bank, if things go sour, then you do have federal insurance to cover potential losses. And in crypto, because things are not federally insured, everybody gets screwed, which is exactly what happened in this situation. And then Mr. Alex decided that it would be a good idea to dump his own token, about $30,000 as Celsius entered a death spiral. Now he's performing what we believe is going to be his last public stunt and his last attempt at screwing you over one more time. So he resigned, and now him and his wife are selling Celsius merchandise. But not just any kind of t-shirts and hats. I mean, really, take a look at them. Now, if this slogan seems familiar, it's because it is. It's actually the slogan for Celsius tweaked a little bit. Now, the Celsius slogan reads, unbank yourself. And these guys are writing, unbankrupt yourself. A direct message to their users. I mean, it's funny if you're an outsider, but really, if you're a Celsius victim here, this is like pouring salt on the wound, as was expressed by one Reddit user. So imagine how much of an asshole you have to be to go taunt the victims of the company that you bankrupted. Now, it wasn't him alone, it was also his wife. So maybe these two deserve a divorce, or maybe they deserve each other. Because, they might have to stay together for the kids. Insert audio clip here if the copyright allowed. So after this bankruptcy controversy, Alex Mashinsky resigned and is now selling his t-shirts online. This is what Uncle Scumbag, Uncle Alex, had to say about his resignation. I elected to resign my post as CEO of Celsius Network today. Nevertheless, I will continue to maintain my focus on working to help the community unite behind the plan that will provide the best outcome for all creditors, which is what I have been doing since the company filed for bankruptcy. Yeah, right. Let's go back to those dumping those $30,000. I believe we will all get more if lesbians stay united. Celsians stay united and help the UCC with the best recovery plan. I remain willing and available to continue to work with the company and their advisors to achieve a successful reorganization. I gotta tell you, Uncle Alex is bad news. So if him continuing to help with the community is just another excuse to continue to drain the remaining funds, the community should just say no. Next, thank you, bye, fuck you, later. It means that the next time we talk about him, it's gonna be about him rotting in jail. Moving along with the Voyager saga, it actually continues, and it seems that the winner in the end was the dark side. Remember how in previous shows we talked about several companies just hovering around like vultures on a carcass? Well, the biggest bad daddy of them all won. And of course, the biggest daddy of them all won. And we mean by that Elon Musk. Not kidding, just kidding. We mean FTX founder Sammy Bankman-Fried. Interesting though, because Voyager once called Sammy's offer kicking the nuts. We actually call it a lowball bid, but basically he was insulting him when he did. But anyway, he prevailed in the end, and Uncle Sammy now owns that beautiful bankrupt company. We're hoping, well, not really, but it'd be kind of cool if his first move in the company is to just kick out everybody who ever criticized him. Maybe it should be. Because why reward the ones who put the company into bankruptcy in the first place? Like, it's time for them to stop milking it. So in this bid war, FTX won with approximately $1.4 billion. Now, what put Voyager in this mess is their big loss with $650 million with Three Arrows Capital. So what does Uncle Sammy know that he's willing to pay more than twice of what they massively lost? Maybe he's just the good Samaritan in crypto. I don't know. He wants to be like Jesus. And just to remind you of one of several of Voyager's malpractices was that they were advertising they were federally insured by the FDIC when in fact they were not, or any other crypto entity for that matter. After the announcement, Voyager's tokens rose in almost 4% in value and are now worth, at the time of this writing, 76 cents. It's very unclear whether Uncle Sammy is going to be the good Samaritan of crypto or the next evil villain. For the next segment, we're going to have actually a very own theme song. It's going to be Kwon on the Run. Working on the lyrics, but they'll be coming soon. Do Kwon on the Run by MC Chung. Oh yeah. So we don't mean to be a broken record here, but Do Kwon is actually still relevant. Not only that, he also decides to continue to mock the very people he just defrauded and everyone else. I mean, what's up with these people? Alex Kosinski making shirts that say literally fuck you, and this guy continuing to tweet bullshit. This time he's saying that he has made no effort to hide, despite the fact him fleeing the country after his company went down. Now, in case you don't remember who he is a guy that literally took down a $40 billion company and kind of started or put the cherry on top on the collapse of this crypto market. Then he fled his own country, which is South Korea, and started chilling out in Singapore. Would not come back to his country, so now there is an arrest warrant for him and a red notice with Interpol. And yet, people can't find him, and he says he's not hiding. So, I mean, really, compare him to the average criminal. This guy has brains or balls or maybe none of them. Usually a criminal would hide, but this guy's actually tweeting where he is, but he's not there. Yeah, as I said, I'm making zero effort to hide. I go on walks and malls. No way none of the CT hasn't run into me in the past couple of weeks. This was while he was responding at Twitter Q&A. So apparently in the minds of degens, this is a good thing. Like him playing cat and mouse with the authorities is a positive thing for crypto, because Luna Classic is up 38% at the time of this writing. Now at the time of this filming, we had another slight dump in the market, so let's see how that goes, and you can follow up on your own. It's part of the doing your own research kind of thing. And here's something very interesting. 3,313 Bitcoin were transferred out from the Luna treasury into various exchanges in South Korea. So what the hell does this mean? Like, is somebody, maybe Do Kwon himself or somebody close in the project, trying to cash out and make an exit? So here's a tip for you, South Korea. Do Kwon might be trying to cash out and send his money in a place where your country has no jurisdiction. In a normal criminal investigation, if a large amount of money is moved from the suspect's account after the issuance of an arrest warrant, it is natural to conduct an intensive investigation with suspicion of laundering and concealment. We must first check whether it will be used as an evacuation fund. Now, it's not confirmed that it's Do Kwon yet, but it is a possibility. How do you wait to confirm if things will be used as an evacuation fund? Like, do you literally wait until they buy a plane ticket to begin your research? So moving along with crypto regulations, guys. So I'm going to read some things because it's a lot of names and titles and I will not remember this. I'm old and I'm also me. So Christine Lagarde of the ECB, the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, and the BIS General Manager, Agustin Karsten, attended a virtual meeting to talk about the regulations of DeFi. The end result, guys, will probably be more inflation and taxes. So during this panel, let's call it, they talked about the multiple aspects of crypto that need regulation. Really, in short, they are trying to figure out how to dig into your crypto wallets. So everyone agreed that DeFi needs regulation. Nobody actually opposed it. They just want to be able to tax it, as with everything else. So let me read to you multiple takes. DeFi applications facilitate borrowing, lending, and trading, but the intermediaries are also exposed to traditional risks such as liquidity, counterparty risk, and leverage risk. And DeFi has no infrastructure to deal with that, said Carstens. The good news, I hope, is that from a financial stability standpoint, the interaction between DeFi ecosystem and the traditional banking system is not that large at this point. We were able to witness the DeFi movement, but it didn't have a significant impact on the broader financial stability, said Powell. I'm not really sure if I agree with this. There was a large transfer of wealth during the DeFi rise, but it wasn't from the rich to the poor. It was from the poor to the less poor. So yeah, it didn't have any impact. In any case, wherever these crypto activities take place, as DeFi expands and starts to touch more and more retail customers, there's a real need for more appropriate regulations to be in place. This is coming from Powell. If you look at tokenized assets, for instance, there are many banks experimenting with this. They pose a lesser risk, but they are not the predominant part of the ecosystem, even though this is where the real potential lies. Ravi Menon, the managing director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS. And here's a very recent bonus news for you. A scam, because come on, it's DX News. We got to talk to you about some scam in the industry that's happening. Although we did talk about several in this case already, but here's a new one for you. So an arbitrage bot managed to make 800 ETH on a single arbitrage. However, they got hacked and they actually lost 1100 ETH right after. So it appears the code on the bot, or the bot's code, wasn't as secure as it should be, and they lost it all. Ouchies. There was an execution function that wasn't well protected and allowed the hacker to approve the spending and then send the ETH to his own wallet. So to get a better understanding or a better explanation of what happened, check out the thread below. I just got to tell you, to make 800 ETH and then lose that plus an extra 40% in one night is one hell of a roller coaster. We're continuing to work on the latest update, folks, and I have to tell you that the latest one is going to help you in using the DXL platform without sunglasses. We also have a poll out on the potential partners for NFT brawlers, so check it out and participate on that. Also, continue to sign up for the whitelist if you haven't already. Check out our Telegram and Twitter for more, guys. Please like and subscribe, and as always, remember to do your own research. Until next time.